want to thank everybody for tuning in. This next topic I'm going to talk about is the process, man. The process to success is so important. And it's so important because there's so many things during your process you're going to learn. So many things during your process is going to build you and build who you are. I've already talked about the mindset you should have, the people you should have in your life. So it's important that you know what you're going to face during your process. That's important. The first few things you should know about the process is fear. Fear is going to be a part of your process. Your mindset is so important going into the process. You got to have a good mindset. And accepting things that you can't change is also huge during the process. You got to learn to accept things that you can't change. That's huge. Things that you can't change, you steady thinking about going to stress you out. I mean, you got to learn to make a commitment. You got to be committed to the process. And it's something I always say when I'm working out. It's like when I start working out, or maybe I got 25 curls, and I get to 20, and it's like, dang, it's tiring. I put it down. Once you put that weight down, that's just the same thing with success, man. You put that weight down, it's like you starting all the way over. You starting over from the beginning. So once you put them days in of already starting your process, you put them days in and you stop working. It's like you put the weight down. You start from zero. So you got to start all the way over from the beginning, and that's hard. Sometimes people have big strides in the beginning, and then they slow down, get towards the middle, and they slow down, and they stop. Once you stop, when you chasing something, it's over with. You don't. Now everything's sinking in. But when you start and your adrenaline running, it's when you need to take advantage of that. When you got that motivation to want to achieve your goals in the beginning, you need to keep it, man. That's what I always say, man. If you lifting the weights and you starting over, man, it's just like success, man. You got to start over from the beginning. It's huge, man. And then don't rush the process. Everything in the process that's supposed to happen is going to take its place. You got to let it take its place on its own. Don't rush anything. You can't rush success. That's huge, man. You can never rush success. Success, anything that's meant for you is meant for you. And you're going to get what's meant for you. So that's important, man. And let one day turn into two turn into three, and three turn into a week, and weeks turn to months, and months turn to years. Your success will come. The process is not short. The process is long. And during the process, you're going to learn what makes or break you. Certain things will make you and certain things will break you. But know that it's your sculpture. You're building your sculpture. So you're going to have to knock pieces off and put pieces back on. So that's important, man. Making or break you is important in the process. They use that that's a football term all the time. My coach, man, Coach Lemons, he coached me at Heights. So it was a saying he had. It was quit or cry. Man, quit or cry was like real. Like whether you was gonna quit or you was gonna cry. And I seen I was a freshman, and as a freshman, I would see upperclassmen teary eyed crying, like, cause it's real. You gonna quit or you gonna cry, like, and that's important, man. And I hate to see during the process. I hate to see progress. In the process, I hate to see progress. You know why? Cause when I'm working out and I see veins coming out my arms, I be like, oh, well, I did enough for the day. It's like I did enough. Like I got my workout in for the day. So seeing that little success, it hurts because you see that success and you see it and you be like, ooh, you get a taste of being successful. You get comfortable. You can't get comfortable during your process when it's not over, because you can't skip the process of becoming successful. When that's just something you can't do. You can't skip the process. Like, it's my neighbors looking at me. He outside looking through the window. But you can't skip the process of being successful. And I'm gonna let you, man. It happens. It happens. People do skip the process. He's just staring at me. So you skip the process, and once you skip the process, that's not permanent. It's temporary. And when I say that, I mean that success that comes only temporary success. It's not gonna last long because you didn't go through all the things you needed to go through in order to stay successful. You didn't go through that process, so it's not gonna last for you. That's important, man. And starting to work on you is important. Like starting to set aside time to work on yourself. Starting to set time is bugging me that my neighbor is looking through my window and he just staring like I don't know what he's looking at. But it's important for you to really sit down and start to focus on yourself during your process. Knit yourself together. Knit you together, man. That's important. Yeah, so the process is the most important thing, man. The process is more important than the outcome, man. And that's huge, man. And you're going to love or hate the process, but you got to respect it. And everybody think they can skip over the process, but you can't, man. And it's like for school. For me, it's like, man, why am I learning this stuff? I'm like, like for me, I hate math. So it's like, why I'm not gonna never use that. But you're not gonna know what you need until you need it. So that's important, man. So go through that process. Go through them things that's gonna break you or make you, and go through those things that's gonna be uncomfortable. Like I said, once you are comfortable with something, you're gonna be comfortable with that for a long time. Once you're in that relationship and you just comfortable, you're gonna be in that relationship for a long time because you're comfortable with it. Like you're comfortable with having a bad relationship, or maybe you're comfortable having an okay relationship. So you're comfortable at the time. Maybe you're comfortable in the spot where you at, or you're comfortable at your job. Like once you're comfortable with something, you're stuck with it for a long time, and that's important, man. So start outworking yourself. Once you outwork yourself, you gotta outwork your mind. You gotta outthink yourself. You gotta outwork yourself. Like you can't just get to the point where you just stuck. Like okay, I'm damn, this seat comfortable. Like being here is comfortable for me. I'm okay with staying in this spot for a while. And you gotta step out. Like when I said step out of your comfort zone, that's important. Start doing those things that's gonna make you uncomfortable. For me, it was the squatting, man. I hated squatting so much because my legs weren't that big. My lower body was bigger, it was smaller than my upper body, so I hated squatting. But for me, it was like when I started squatting on days that wasn't leg days and started putting in that extra work it wasn't even extra work. It's just an extra few minutes, an extra 30 minutes. Once you get in the rhythm of something, once you start to like that, it's like you don't mind doing it. Like I don't mind doing it now because I did it when I wasn't supposed to. They had it. Coach Lemons always said, man, what you gonna do when people not watching? And you got to put in that work when people not watching. So when you're doing things when people not watching, that's important. What's bugging me is my neighbor is still outside with his dog and still looking through the window. I think he want to know like what I'm talking about or something. But the process, man, the process is huge. It is so important. The process is more important than the outcome for a reason. You need to go through those things that will make and break you. It's important to go through those things. Being to your man and coming to an outcome without going through your right steps to success, you're gonna reach your goals and you're gonna be like, you're gonna hit a wall. Maybe sometimes you're gonna reach success and then that brick wall is there. And maybe all that wall takes is one finger to knock it down, or maybe it takes a whole axe or something. But you're gonna need to know, you're gonna need the tools when you reach success, and the process is gonna give you those tools once you get there, and that's important. So remember this, man. Winning is key, and knowledge is power. And I say that because, man, once you can control your mind, you can control your success. Listen, once you control your mind, you can control your life and you can control your success. And once you control your success, man, you're successful. Once I can control my success, I've reached my goals. Once you can control what you want to do on your own time, you're successful. That's what success is. When you can build a business and walk away from your business and your business keep running, that's when you know you made that business run. That's when your business is successful. That's important. But you started from just maybe one employee in you. So that's your start of your business. But once you get 50 employees and 700 employees, and you can walk away from your business and your business is running, that's important. That's success. So remember that. Once you control your mind, you can control your life. And when you control your life, you can control your success. And that's huge, man. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is my fourth video of motivational speaking, and I'm really starting to. At first, I was real, shy going into it, but I've been speaking in front of people for a long time. Like being a leader that's people looked up to you. People always gonna ask you for advice, and being a captain on a football team or any type of team, people gonna always look to you when things go bad. So I really wanted to know why people always look to me and ask me for advice. That's something that was huge to me. I wanted to know why. Why do you ask me for this type of advice? Why do you come to me? What about me is so important that you think you should come to me about? But that's huge to me. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This video is about the process to success, man. So stay winning, man, and know that winning is key, but knowledge is also power, man. It's huge. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Check me out on my next video, please, and thank you.